Hello, young friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Group Captain A.K. Srivastava. Young friends, in my last video, I answered a few of my viewers' questions. Samiksha has asked me a few questions, and I tried to satisfy her curiosity through my answers. And this enthused many people to ask me a question. Frankly speaking, today's video, you might take it as a continuation of my effort to answer viewers' query. Before we come on to the video, I would like you to understand, friends, that psychological technique is the mother of all techniques. But very unfortunately, a lot of haze, a lot of misconceptions are prevailing about the psychological technique. However, to give you the authentic knowledge, and there are certain tests in the psychological technique, let us say TAT. About the TAT, lot of misconceptions are prevailing. Friends, today, I'll take the questions of two of my viewers who will be appearing very shortly. Just wait for a few seconds, but before that, I'd like to make an announcement. Young friends, for the notice and information of those viewers who have joined me for the first time, let me give my very short introduction. I am Group Captain A.K. Srivastava, a retired education officer of the Indian Air Force, and I'm a postgraduate in psychology. I've got my super specialization from Interpersona London in DMT. I presently serve the young aspirants of SSB through two ways. First, through the online instructions, and second, through dossier assessment and counseling. Young friends, you have got here the information about my YouTube handle. You'll find a lot of videos, and they will be giving you the authentic knowledge about the SSB and about the psychological technique. You can contact me for the online classes and dossier assessment and counseling sessions on the numbers and the contacts given here on this slide. Young friends, before I come to today's video and take the questions of two of my viewers, let me make an announcement. Allow me to share this information with you. That is, the first batch of July will commence on 4th and it will terminate on 12th of July. The registration for the batch is open. You can book your seat by paying just rupees 500 using the following link. Young friends, you can take a screenshot of this page. I'm staying here for a few seconds. Take down the information here and approach me for your seat booking. Friends, I am sure that you must have taken down the link. Now, coming to the two viewers, one of them is Shruti. She has approached me for dossier assessment, and during the process of feedback and counseling, she has expressed the, should I say, the desire to be clarified on many of the issues. So I thought that, well, Shruti should be there with her questions. And the second person whom I'm going to present today along with his queries is Sreedhar Reddy from Hyderabad. Sreedhar is quite an interactive viewer of my various channels. Individually, he has given me a number of, the suggestions, and sometimes he has asked a few questions which are pertinent. He has sent me a list of questions, a volley of questions, frankly speaking. So I thought it's better that Sreedhar also should be available and let me see how we can understand the the areas of interest and the queries of Shruti and Sreedhar in a short while from now. Young friends, the two viewers who have approached me with their questions, they are here. One is Shruti and second is Sreedhar Reddy. I'll request both of these viewers to introduce themselves and subsequently we will take their questions. Shruti, could you introduce yourself for the sake of the other viewers here?
Hello everyone, I'm Shruti, 22 years old and presently residing in Bengaluru, Karnataka. I'm preparing for my masters and I hope you all are having a very pleasant day. I had contacted Sir for my dossier assessment for psychological testing as I saw some of his videos on YouTube and now I have some few doubts to ask. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, Shruti, you are welcome. And
Thank you.
I'll request Sreedhar in case he could introduce himself and
Yes,
how
sir.
he is. And please tell the audience how have you approached me and what did you actually expect, from our interaction. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. I am Sreedhar Reddy from Telangana. I have done my BTech in 2014 from mechanical stream. After that, I have been doing my own business. Now I am preparing for TA entry. After watching SAR videos on psychic test, I was very impressed because no channel has been provided on psychic test, especially. Maybe there are channels, but very short videos. But SAR videos are completely dedicated to psychic test. So
Okay.
after watching the videos, I approached SAR to resolve my doubts, and I joined in dossier assessment classes. And I have few questions to ask sir.
Okay, so young friends, you can see two of very curious and very avid viewers are here. And I'll request Shruti, Shruti, in case you could list your questions out, and the same thing will be requested to Sreedhar also. And we will try to accommodate the questions as many, because they've got a list of questions. We'll see how many we can, we can accommodate. Young friends, let us see what Shruti has to ask us.
Sir, I have got a set of questions. So the first one is, when a TAT picture is shown and if a negative stimulus is shown, candidates deliberately try to weave a positive story out of it just because we have been told that our whole psych desire should have a lot of positivity included in it. So, how to go about that and what should be a good approach?
Okay. What about your next question?
So, next question is that when we are approaching SRT, any given SRT, there is, I have seen that people say that you need to complete the whole SRT. For example, if it's given she is studying in the night and the power went off and it's raining heavily outside, so a very common response that I have noticed is she used emergency lights, candles, and she prepared well. She appeared in the exam next morning and she passed with flying colors. So this is another question.
Okay. In case you could go ahead, continue your questions further.
Yes, sir. So the next question is um, about a blank picture. We already have a preconceived story that we structure it just to write it directly in the blank picture. So is it right or not?
Okay.
And next question is a follow up to the same question. What is the idea behind a blank picture and why is it shown after 12 consecutive pictures, after 11 consecutive pictures have been shown? What is the inference that the psychologist makes from that given picture?
Okay, and I expected 5 questions from you. What's
Sir,
your
one more is there.
yeah, one more question. You can go ahead and let's see.
Sir, in all the TAT pictures, that are 12 pictures that are shown to us, is it important to perceive the main character of our gender only? Or is it okay if we perceive it from the opposite gender as well? So this was the last question, sir.
Okay, Shruti, as I can see, you have asked one question on SRT and remaining all the questions, they are on TAT,
Right,
right?
sir.
So we'll first deal with your question on SRT.
Okay.
And the question is that need to complete the whole SRT with
Yes, sir.
an example. You have obviously given an example that, well, the situation in which the power went off, and then you have written the response, or somebody would give a response that, well, she studied in some alternative kind of a source of light, and she will prepare, she will appear in the exam, and she will pass in flying color.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is where I want you to understand what is the meaning of SRT. It is situation reaction test and not situation management test. One must understand that the reaction is short and it shows only the direction of your efforts. Reaction could be the pre-behavioral reactions, like sometimes a thought comes to our mind as a reaction to the situation, just a thought. Sometimes emotion comes. Let us take an example. He or she was going for a morning health run and saw a person being hit by a speeding vehicle. Imagine this situation. Now, what happens? Some people might only think, oh, what type of people they are getting a driving license today, or he is a reckless driver, he must be drunk. And they carry on. Their reaction is only at the thought level. There could be another set of reactions. People say, oh my God, this person is in a lot of pain. I can't stand the sight of blood, poor thing, suffering, reeling in pain. And that person could further turn the face and go away. But there could be a person who approaches the victim, makes that person sit up, brother, are you all right? Kahin aapko chot to nahi lagi? Immediately calls the ambulance, or maybe gives signal to a nearby the vehicle passing, and says that, okay, my dear sir, please take this person to the hospital, he's injured. Remember here, some people can only think, some people can only show their emotions or have their emotional reaction, and some people, they, with the thoughts and emotions, they show the visible behavior as well. Thoughts and emotions, they are pre-motor and incomplete behavior, and they do not add anything further to neutralize or solve the situation.
Okay.
Now, your reaction has to be a behavioral, that means the action part, and it has to be in the direction of only the what must I say? It should be showing only a direction. Otherwise, now preparing, see, the light has gone. You have arranged another alternative source of light. That's there. After that, you prepared and you passed with flying colors. Passing with flying colors is the consequence of your reaction rather than your reaction itself. So please do not write the chain reaction. It becomes this situation management test. I hope I'm clear. So
Understood,
before I come to your questions on the TAT, do you have any other question on SRT, by the way?
Yes, sir. There is another notion that you should not attempt all the 60 SRTs, otherwise you will lose out on the quality. And
I
and
think it is just a misnomer. I got your point. It is merely a misnomer. Reaction is always short. And please remember the instructions given by the psychologist. What does he say? He says that you have tried to complete all or try to attempt to all the situations. When the psychologist says that you have to attempt to all the situations, there is no point in giving any heed to one such a person that you should not be completing, because you will be losing out on the quality. Quality means what? You will be writing the chain reactions. You will add extra details. It will not qualify to be called as the situation reaction test. Please understand.
okay,
Okay.
sir.
In fact, in case you can go on my one of my videos here. Right now, the reference is not available to me, but you can see the title that SRT, the situation reaction or the situation management test. It is not the management test, it is a test of your reaction.
So one last question that I would like to ask regarding SRT.
Okay.
Is there an ideal response to a given SRT? As we go through a lot of books and PDFs, there are certain responses given, and then we think this is the only appropriate response to it. So when we are in the actual scenario, we resolve to the responses that we have read earlier. So I don't know if that is correct or not. How should we go about it?
Let me answer. These people, such a notion, I'm sorry to say, you might find me a little arrogant, but I'm so proud to be arrogant on this aspect. Actually, such people who spread these opinions, they are illiterate in psychology. Okay. What is the question? Psychology does not believe in finite responses. It is not mathematics. It is not chemistry that you have got only one or two ways to balance a reaction. You may note down what I want to say. In psychology, we believe in the principle of enormity of responses. The same situation can be done by enormous responses. And in fact, those people who have taken guidance from me, when I explain to them the principles of psychological testing, my first thing to explain to them is there is no right answer, wrong answer, the answer, good answer, better answer, the best answer. Nothing. Psychology is believing in individual differences, individual perceptions, individual responses. In fact, I repeat, the same situation can be handled by n number of responses. So any person who says that what is the ideal response? No, there can be only a criterion. What should be the criterion? First thing is that whether your response, whether your reaction is in the direction of neutralizing the situation, solving the problem, addressing the issue. As long as it is addressing the issue, it is fine. And second thing is it presented well? The second part is the presentation, which is lesser important. Important is whether your response is well aligned with the issue or not. That's all about it. Now, if somebody says that this is the ideal way of doing that, I'm sorry, I will not be buying this argument. It is going against the basic principles of psychology. I hope you got the answer. Okay.
Very helpful, sir. That's
Okay.
it for SRTs.
Okay. Now comes your first question on TAT. Deliberately trying to weave a positive story even when the negative stimulus has been shown, it leads to illogical creation of the stories. Fine. Let me tell you, the psychologist projects you three types of, the pictures. The neutral picture. Second thing is suggesting a stress picture. And the third thing is direct stress picture. I think you're talking about, when you say that negative, I think you're talking about the pictures in which there is a direct stress, the cause and the effect of the stress. For example, there is an accident scene. Another example, there could be an injured person lying there. Sometimes you find there's a fire. Sometimes a ship is capsizing. Remember one thing, that the armed forces are established to manage the stress, difficulties, problems, and negativity. You are not supposed to be writing a positive story by converting the negative stimulus into positive. You have to accept the negativity, which is the part of this very life itself. Show your reaction to the negativity, problem, stress, whatever you may call it. This is where your planning, organizing, resourcefulness, problem-solving behavior, imagination, determination, leadership quality, these things will be shown, these things will be articulated once you take the negativity head on. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As far as preconceived story for the blank picture and the purpose of the blank picture, I think I've spoken enough about it. And there's another video of mine. I'll show the link. I'll share the link after this slide. Let me tell you that the purpose of the blank story is to prepare you for the next test. That is the WAT. Now, what happens? It is a psychological process, and your unconscious mind gets agitated. A lot of your previous memories, sometimes the emotions, they come once again alive. Earlier, they were in dormant stage in the unconscious mind. And when a stimulus is there, for example, if there is a scene of an accident, it is quite possible that you have witnessed at least a few of the candidates. They must have witnessed this incident in their own life, and all the memories and emotions, they once again, they come alive. They become, active. Now, if you write a story, then these emotions, they subside. The memories, they subside, but it is still possible that something might be so intense that it is reverberating in your mind. And if there is some stimulus in the WAT to this effect, let us say the word is accident or the word is injury, your emotions, the residual emotions and the memories might interfere with your response. So we want that such a type of psychological unwanted crash must be driven out of your mind. So the purpose of the blank story is to give you a vent, a window, so that the residual energy, the residual emotions and the memories which otherwise could interfere with your responses, they should be flushed out. You will I'll share the in the next slide I'll share you the the link. Go there. On 2nd of September last year, I have posted a video. Please watch that. I think you'll find a very convincing answer about what is the purpose of the blank story and how to go about it.
Sure,
Now
sir.
coming to your last question, and appreciate Sreedhar's patience, because he also needs the answer to his questions. Okay.
Right, sir.
Coming to the fifth question of Shruti, that is for I mean, you are shown 11 pictures or 12 pictures, and do you feel it is compulsory for us to select a hero of our own gender? Dekho. Technically speaking, any person who is carrying forward the issue, solving the issue, let us say, whatever is the task, completing the task, any person can be hero, but any person could be this, central character. But in our Indian context, let me tell you, where boys and girls, they are being raised with different role expectations and with different concerns. The society is not yet free of this discrimination. And that is why, frankly speaking, we have got different TAT sets for boys and for girls. So I hope this gives the answer. Okay. The upbringing that and the environmental expectations, they give, kind of, the, what must I say? There's certainly a difference in the perspective and role expectations and the skills of boys and girls. So it's better that you stick to your own, side. That is, if you are a girl candidate, if you are a woman candidate, so please make always a woman as your hero. That will represent, by the way, hero is your own, representation, own alter ego. Through hero, your own qualities are coming. Okay, this is a projective technique. This simply means that when the main active person of the situation is not defined, then the person taking the test himself or herself projects qualities on that third person. Okay, so indirectly, the hero is you only.
Okay, sir.
And I think this is a time to turn to a few of the questions of Sreedhar. Sreedhar, thank you very much. Appreciate your presence. And I think you also must, Acha, by the way, before I come to switch over to the, you can see this um, link. Please click on the link above. The video appeared on my channel, recording of my online session with some students on 2nd September 2023. You can take a screenshot and subsequently you can visit my channel for, this. Now comes your turn. 18 minutes have gone and Sreedhar has been very patiently listening. So Sreedhar, please, what's your first question?
Sir, my first question is, sir, is there any structured classification for TAT story narration, like low-level narration, median-level narration, high-level narration? If so, how are marks awarded based on these levels by assessors?
Okay. Just a minute, Sreedhar. I'll, okay. Sreedhar, okay, your next question.
Sir, my next question is, if you see, I have seen few interviews, sir, who has recommended. They told that we exposed our own life experience in TAT stories.
Okay.
I got some doubts, sir. Sir, is TAT require personal experience at all to tackle crisis, or even we can assume a hypothetical situation and describe what we do if we were there?
Okay, just a minute. Before we come on to the your next questions, I think let us deal the questions one after the other. You have written, is there a structured classification for TAT story narration, such as low level, medium level, and high level? Now, see, there's nothing like structured classification. We believe in the individual differences. What makes your TAT story effective? See, there has to be, there are three things. One is there has to be a well-defined, valuable task, which is related with the modern life, right? Second thing is there has to be a person who is competent to take up the task in his hand and he goes about the task. And the third thing is that the person, initiates some actions, planning, resources, so that the task is achieved. Now, as far as the task achievement is concerned, successful task achievement is the criterion. I would like to tell you very categorically that in psychological tests, we do not go by the qualitative evaluation. Sorry, quantitative, my mistake. We go by the qualitative evaluation. So there's nothing like a scheme of marks individually. This is certainly a misnomer. I hope you understand.
Yes, sir.
So how the hero was able to achieve a task successfully, this becomes the criterion, and this criterion is rather qualitative than quantitative. Coming to a second question. Does the TAT require personal experience to tackle crisis, or we can assume a hypothetical situation and describe what we do if we were there? I think the question is a very, very technical question. And on that, you'll find many people giving very different opinion. And frankly speaking, it is this question comes from a very, very vast area of ignorance. And that's why people say that you have to pick up a task, pick up maybe a problem, an issue from your own area, from your own, the qualification, experience, and the life which you are leading. This is where I want to make it very, very clear. Please understand that it is just not everything to our experience. We learn so many things in our life with the interaction of the people, interaction with the life. Let's say in your family, you are the person who is doing the business. Your youngers are observing you. And you also must have been observing your elders from the different fields of life, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
In one of my videos, I have given this example. Let us say I hail from the family of lawyers, starting from my grandfather to my father to my siblings and even to my daughter. There is a chain of people in the profession of law, right? Law is not my personal experience, but it is interaction with the people. I can very well make a story on the life of or the issue, from these fields. Similarly, you are not a doctor yourself, but don't you, by your own interaction with the life, by your own, familiarity with the different situations, you are not a railway man, but you must have traveled quite a lot. So you know that what is the life of a TT or guard or the engine driver. So what I mean to say that the interaction and familiarity, this makes you evolve and diversify your experience. Okay, everything cannot be your personal experience, but yes, whatever you have learned, and learning is just not by the personal experience only. Okay, learning is by exploration, by reading, by watching, by visiting. So I hope you got this thing that
Yes,
please,
sir.
I will recommend instead of taking up or picking up the issues and handling it through your own experience only, please diversify. Okay. Hope
Okay,
I'm
sir.
clear. I'll take one of your
Yes.
questions more because it's going to be more than 25 minutes since. Okay, please
Okay,
go
sir.
ahead with your next question.
So my next question is it okay to start narration without a formal introduction of hero? Because if you see in few scenarios, the hero enters directly into action after a short introduction of what led to situation. Because there is no time to introduce about hero, sir. He directly plunged into action. Then is it necessary to introduce about hero?
Frankly speaking, there's no fixed way of going about the stories. Sometimes we give for the purpose of ease of the students that you introduce the hero, then introduce the task, right? These are the ways through which one can go about uh, the stories better. And in the introduction, what do you have to write? I suggest always to my students, just three things: the name, put a comma, approximate age, and the social or professional identity of the person. Must, let us say Sreedhar, 27, was in the business of, let's say, granite in Hyderabad. Bas. After that, whatever Sreedhar does, but straight away, if I come to the action of the Sreedhar, without introducing him or without connecting his coming into action, let us say without introducing the task, then it will be a little, I won't say, it will be leaving a lot of scope of, the doubts and those things which are, less clear. So please understand that the hero and the task, it's always better to introduce in the stories. Not necessarily that there's a template, fixed template. It should be hero followed by tasks, or sometimes it is the task followed by the hero. Or even any other, as I've told you while answering one of the questions of Shruti, that we believe in the diversity, we believe in the enormity of the response, enormity of the style. So let us not take it as a fixed template. It is quite possible that sometimes your action, hypothetically, I'm talking about, that your action, the hero's action, but the answer must be there at the end of it when the psychologist concludes reading the stories. Then the answer must come that what was the task, who was the hero, and why the hero plunged into action, and how he has completed. So this must be answered, right? So though you have given me a number of questions, Sreedhar, but I feel that it's more than half an hour of the
All right, sir.
So we will connect once again. Okay, right. Just don't go away. Just don't go away for the time being before the concluding remarks. Young friends, Sreedhar has asked further questions like, sir, in the total 11 pictures, how many of them are hazy and how many of them are clear? Next, can I keep two different problems in one single story? Then he asked, in some of the TAT pictures, the hero initially takes the initiative, but thereafter the hero does not give any instruction and the group collectively leads the task. Is this approach okay? And one of the final questions from Sreedhar is, sir, will all TAT pictures be based on Indian scenario or will pictures also be on foreign background? Friends, I feel that these are very, very important questions. And for that, I'll get connected with Sreedhar, subsequently. In the meantime, what I'm requesting that please be reminded that my next guidance program will be commencing from 4th of July and the registrations for that is open. And here I'm giving the link. You can use these links, pay just 500 rupees and book your seat. I think we have spent a lot of time. The videos should be, Sreedhar, I don't know who or somebody else has suggested that it should be a little shorter because it tries the patience of the people. So thank you very much. And to Sreedhar, definitely I promise that we will connect once again. And all last of your 4 questions, they are very, very important. We'll certainly take up. With this promise, young friends, I take leave and with a lot of feeling of gratitude to Shruti and Sreedhar. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.